아, 2025 그리스도 TV 시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까? 8월이 시작됐습니다. 8월 1일입니다. 금요일 오전 6시 33분입니다. 영어 성경을 읽고 있습니다. 영어 성경, 구약 성경 사무엘상 23장 13절부터 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. Then David and his men, which we are about 600, rose and departed out of Keilah and went whithersoever they could go. And it was told Saul that David was escaped from Keilah, and he forbore to go forth. And David abode in the wilderness in strongholds and remained in a mountain in the wilderness of sheep. And Saul sought him every day, but God delivered him not into his hand. And David saw that Saul was come out to seek his life, and David was in the wilderness of sheep in wood. And Jonathan, Saul's son, arose and went to David into the wood, and strengthened his hand in God. And he said unto him, Fear not, for the hand of Saul my father shall not find thee. And thou shalt be king over Israel, and I shall be next unto thee, and that also Saul my father knows. And they two made a covenant before the Lord, and David abode in the wood, and Jonathan went to his house. Then he came up the sheep high its to Saul to Gibeah, saying, Does not David hide himself with us in strong holds in the wood, in the hill of Hagilah, which is on the south of 예시몬. Now therefore, O king, come down according to all the desire of the soul to come down, and our part shall be to deliver him into the king's hand. And Saul said, Blessed be ye of the Lord, for ye have compassion on me. Go, I pray you, prepare yet, and now, and know, and see his place where his haunt is, and who has seen him there, for it is told me that he deals very subtly. See therefore and take knowledge of all the lurking places where he hides himself, and come ye again to me with the certainty, and I will go with you, and it shall come to pass, if he be in the land, that I will search him out, throw out all the thousands of Judah. And they arose and went to sleep before Saul, but David and his men were in the wilderness of Maon, in the plain on the south of Yeshimon. Saul also and his men went to seek him, and they told David wherefore he came down into a rock and abode in the wilderness of Maon. And when Saul heard that, he pursued after David in the wilderness of Maon. And Saul went on this side of the mountain, and David and his men on that side of the mountain. And David made haste to get away for fear of Saul, for Saul and his men compassed David and his men round about to take them. But there came a messenger unto Saul, saying, Haste thee, and come, for the Philistines have invaded the land. Wherefore Saul returned from pursuing after David, and went against the Philistines. Therefore they called that place Serah Hamath. And David went from thence and dwelt in strongholds at En-gedi. And it came to pass when Saul was returned from following the Philistines, that it was told him, saying, Behold, David is in the wilderness of En-gedi. Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and went to seek David and his men upon the rocks of the wild goats. And he came to the ship coast by the way, where was a cave, and Saul went in to cover his pit, and David and his men remained in the sides of the cave. And the man of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privately. And he came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him, because he had cut off Saul's skirt. And he said unto his men, The Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master, the Lord's anointed, to stretch forth mine hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of the Lord. So David stayed his servants with these words, and support them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way. David also arose afterward and went out of the cave and cried after Saul, saying, My Lord the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stood with his face to the earth, and bowed himself. And David said to Saul, Wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, Behold, David seeks thy heart. Behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord had delivered the today into mine hand in the cave, and some bade me kill thee, but mine eye spared thee. And I said, I will not put forth mine hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. Moreover, my father, see the skirt of thy robe in my hand, for in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe and killed thee not. No, though and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in mine hand, and I have not sinned against thee, yet thou hauntest my soul to take it. The Lord saw between me and thee, and the Lord avenge me of thee, but mine hand shall not be upon thee, as says the proverb of the ancient. Wickedness proceeds from the wicked, but my hand shall not be upon thee. After whom is the king of Israel come out, after whom dost thou pursue, after a dead log, after a fury. The Lord therefore be source and source between me and thee, and see and plead my cause, and deliver me out of thine hand. And it came to pass when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, Is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept. And he said to David, Thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil. And thou hast shewed this day how that thou hast dealt well with me. For as much as when the Lord had delivered me into thine hand, thou killedst me not. For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go well away? Wherefore the Lord reward the good for that thou hast done unto me this day. And now, behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall be established in thine hand. Swear now therefore unto me by the Lord that thou wilt not cut off my seed after me, and that thou wilt not destroy my name out of my father's house. And David sware unto Saul, and Saul went home, but David and his men get them up unto the hold. And Samuel died, and all the Israelites were gathered together, and lamented him, and buried him in his house at Ramah. And David arose and went down to the wilderness of Paran. And there was a man in Maon whose possessions were in Carmel, and the man was very great, and he had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats, and he was shearing his sheep in Carmel. Now the name of the man was Nabal, and the name of his wife Abigail, and she was a woman of good understanding and of a beautiful countenance. But the man was Curlisi, and evil in his doings, and he was of the house of Caleb. And David heard in the wilderness that Nabal did shear his sheep. And David sent out 10 young men, and David said unto the young men, get you up to Carmel and go to Nabal and greet him in my name. And thus shall ye say to him that lives in prosperity, peace be both to thee, and peace be to thine house, and peace be unto all that thou hast. And now I have heard that thou hast shearers. Now thy shepherds which we are with us, we hurt them not, neither was there aught missing unto them all the while they were in Carmel. Ask thy young men, and they will show thee. Wherefore let the young man find favor in thine eyes, for we come in a good day. Give, I pray thee, whatsoever comes to thine hand unto thy servants and to thy son David. And when David's young men came, they spake to Nabal according to all those words in the name of David, and seized the. And Nabal answered David's servants and said, who is David, and who is the son of Isai? There be many servants now, or there is that break away every man from his master. Shall I then take my bread and my water and my place that I have killed for my son, and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be? So David's young men turned their way and went again and came and told him all those sayings. And David said unto his men, called ye on every man his sword, and they called on every man his sword, and David also called on his sword, and there went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, behold, David sent messengers about to the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them. But the men were very good unto us, and we are not hurt, neither missed we anything, as long as we were conversant with them when we are in the fields. They were all were unto us both by night and day, all the while we are with them, keeping the sheep. Now, therefore, know and consider what thou wilt do, for evil is determined against our master and against all his household, for he is such a son of Belial. That a man cannot speak to him. Then Abigail made haste and took 200 robes and 2 bottles of wine and 5 sheep ready dressed and 5 measures of parched corn and 100 clusters of raisins and 200 cakes of figs and laid them on asses. And she said unto her servants, Go on before me, behold, I come after you. But she told not her 100 naval, and it was so as she rode on the ass that she came down by the covert of the hill, and behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them. Now David had said, surely in vain have I kept all that this fellow has in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him, and he has requited me evil for good. So and more also to God unto the enemies of David, if I leave of all that pertain to him by the morning light, and that miss against the world. And when Abigail saw David, she hasted and righted off the ass and fell before David on her face and bowed herself to the ground. And fell at his feet and said, Upon me, my Lord, upon me, let this iniquity be, and let thine handmaid, I pray thee, speak in thine audience, and hear the words of thine handmaid. Let not my Lord, I pray thee, regard this man of Belial, even Nabal, for as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is with him. But I thine handmaid, so not the young man of my Lord, whom thou didst send. Now therefore, my Lord, as the Lord lives, and as thy soul lives, seeing the Lord has withholden thee from coming to shed blood, and from avenging thyself with sign own hand. Now let sign enemies and they that seek evil to my Lord be as Nabal. And now this blessing which sign handmaid has brought unto my Lord, let it even be given unto the young man that follow my Lord. I pray thee forgive the trespass of sign handmaid, for the Lord will certainly make my Lord a sure house, because my Lord fights the battles of the Lord, and evil has not been found in the all thy days. Yet a man is licensed to pursue thee, and and to seek thy soul, but the soul of my Lord shall be bound in the bundle of life with the Lord thy God, and the souls of thine enemies, them shall he sling out as out of the middle of a sling. And it shall come to pass when the Lord shall have done to my Lord according to all the good that he has spoken concerning thee, and shall have appointed thee ruler over Israel. That it shall be no grief unto thee, nor offense of heart unto my Lord, either that thou hast shed blood causeless, or that my Lord has avenged himself. But when the Lord shall have dealt well with my Lord, then remember sign handmaid. And David said to Abigail, blessed be the Lord God of Israel, which sent thee this day to meet me. And blessed be thy device, and blessed be thou which hast kept me this day from coming to shed blood, and from avenging myself with mine own hand. For in very deed, as the Lord God of Israel lives, which has kept me back from hunting thee, except thou hadst hasted and come to meet me, surely there had not been left unto Nabal by the coming by the morning light any that miss saw against the wall. So David received of her hand that which she had brought to him, and said unto her, Go up in peace to thine house. See, I have hearkened to thy voice, and have accepted thy person. And Abigail came to Nabal, and behold, he held a feast in his house, like the feast of a king. And Nabal's heart was merry within him, for he was very drunken. Wherefore she told him nothing less or more until the morning light. But it came to pass in the morning when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him, and he became as a stone. And it came to pass about 10 days after that the Lord smote Nabal, that he died. And when David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, "Blessed be the Lord that has pleaded the cause of my reproach from the hand of Nabal, and has kept his servant from Abel, for the Lord has returned the wickedness of Nabal upon his own head." And David sent and communed with Abigail to take her to him to a wife. And when the servants of David were come to Abigail to Carmel, they spake unto her, saying, David sent us unto thee to take thee to him to wife. And she arose and bowed herself on her face to the earth, and said, Behold, let thine handmaid be a servant to wash the feet of the servant of my Lord. And Abigail hasted and arose and rode upon an ass with 5 damsels of a horse. They went after her, and she went after the messengers of David and became his wife. David also took Ahinoam of Israel, and they will also both of them his wives. But Saul had given Michal, his daughter, David's wife, to Palti, the son of Rais, which was of Gilead. Carlim, and the Shiphites came unto Saul to Gibeah, saying, Does not David hide himself in the hill of Keilah, which is before Shimon? Then Saul arose and went down to the wilderness of Ziph, having 3,000 chosen men of Israel with him, to seek David in the wilderness of Ziph. And Saul pitched in the hill of Hakilah, which is before Shimon, by the way. But David bowed in the wilderness, and he saw that Saul came after him into the wilderness. David therefore sent out spies and understood that Saul was come in very deed. And David arose and came to the place where Saul had pitched, and David beheld the place where Saul lay, and Abner, the son of Neil, the captain of his host, and Saul lay in the trench, and the people pitched around. Then answered David and said to he Melech, he tied and to Abi is the son of Seruya brought to Joab, saying, "Who will go down with me to Saul to the camp?" And Abi said, "I will go down with thee." So David and Abisai came to the people by night and behold, Saul lay sleeping within the trench, and his spear stuck in the ground at his bolster. But Amnel and the people lay around about him. Then said Abisai to David, God has delivered thine enemy into thine hand this day. Now, therefore, let me smite him, I pray thee, with the spear, even to the earth at once, and I will not smite him the second time. And David said to Abisai, destroy him not, for who can stretch forth his hand against the Lord's anointed? And he guilty listen. David said, for two more. As the Lord lives, the Lord shall smite him, or his day shall come to die, or he shall descend into battle and perish. The Lord forbid that I should stretch forth mine hand against the Lord's anointed, but I pray thee, take thou now the spear that is at his bolster and the cruse of water, and let us go. So David took the spear and the cruse of water from Saul's bolster, and they got them away, and no man saw it, nor knew it, neither awaked, for they were all asleep, because a deep sleep from the Lord was fallen upon them. Then David went over to the other side and stood on the top of on a hill, a pile of a great place, a great space being between them. And David cried to the people and to Amnel, the son of Nel, saying, answer, lest do not Amnel, then Amnel answered and said, who art thou that criest to the king? And David said to Amnel, art not thou a valiant man, and who is like to thee in Israel? Wherefore then hast thou not kept thy lord the king? For there came on one of the people in to destroy the king thy lord. this thing is not good that thou hast done, as the Lord live, so ye are worthy to die, because ye have not kept your master, the Lord's anointed, and now see where the king's spear is, and the cruise of water that was at his bolster. And Saul knew David's voice and said, is this thy voice, my son David? And David said, it is my voice, my Lord, O King. And he said, wherefore does my Lord does pursue after his servant? For what have I done, or what evil is in mine hand? Now therefore I pray thee, let my Lord the King hear the words of his servant. If the Lord have stirred thee up against me, let him accept an offering. But if they be the children of men, cursed be they before the Lord, for they have driven me out this day from abiding in the inheritance of the Lord, saying, go serve other gods. Now therefore let not my brother fall to the earth before the face of the Lord, for the king of Israel is come out to seek a prey, as when one does hunt or part rise in the mountains. Then said Saul, I have sinned, written my son David, for I will no more do thee harm, because my soul was precious in thine eyes this day. Behold, I have prayed the fool, and have exceedingly. And David answered and said, behold the king's spear, and let one of the young men come over and fetch it. The Lord lent to every man his righteousness, and his faithfulness. For the Lord delivered thee into my hand today, but I would not stretch forth mine hand against the Lord's anointed. And behold, as thy life was much set by this day in mine eyes, so let my life be much set by in the eyes of the Lord, and let him deliver me out of all tribulation. Then Saul said to David, blessed be thou, my son David, thou shalt both do great things, and also shalt still prevail. So David went on his way, and Saul returned to his place. 사무엘상 26장 25절까지 읽어보았습니다. 다음은 27장인데 27장은 다음 시간에 읽어보도록 하겠습니다. 시청해 주셔서 감사합니다. 안녕히 계십시오.